Hello anybody, I am Alpaca Patrol, and in today's Indie Spotlight we are going to be taking a look at Prison Architect. This is a game made by Introversion Software, which is a two-man team working out of Britain. They are known for games like Uplink, Darwinia, and DEFCON, an interesting indie title in which the player has to attempt to quote-unquote win at thermonuclear war. Their games have always been avant-garde in the sense that they are unique and often a clash of two or more genres. Introversion marks Dwarf Fortress as an inspiration for Prison Architect, but Dwarf Fortress clone this is not. Influences also include old Bullfrog games like Populous by Peter Molyneux and Will Wright's The Sims by Maxis. The creative force behind Introversion, Chris DeLay, has said that he's felt the genre of game that Bullfrog produced died before its time. As an aside, it seems as though management-style games have had a revitalization because of this renaissance of independent game development, and Introversion Software intends to be a part of it, and if possible, at the forefront. The game has had an interesting development cycle as well, as its genesis could be described as a happy accident, which is something my mother keeps calling me, and I don't know why. For many years, the team was working on a game called Subversion, an ambitious game in which the player is a high-tech thief using his tools and the environment around him to steal precious items in a procedurally generated city. It turns out that after 2 years of work, they found that the game was overly ambitious and in fact not very fun in practice, so they scrapped the project altogether, and the advanced AI behaviors and complex systems became the foundations of Prison Architect. In the game, you will build a prison from the ground up, literally, and be tasked with managing the resources of the facility and the personalities of the prisoners and staff. You'll begin with limited resources and workers and slowly build your prison over time to be a lucrative business for you to exponentially expand. Like Dwarf Fortress or other games of the genre, you can create different areas for your inmates and guards to interact in, like the prison yard, cafeteria, common room, and of course, their cells as well. Due to the complex AI behaviors, you will have to think on your feet in times of crisis. Regularly, the inmates will attempt violence upon each other as well as the guards, so you'll have to set up an infirmary to deal with injured personnel, or a morgue for the dead ones. You'll also be concerned with prisoners attempting to escape constantly, along with prison riots, in which many of your staff and prisoners may die a brutal death by toothbrush shankings. Chris DeLay describes the game as one in which the enemy is in your base at all times, leading to a frantic and dangerous environment. Underneath it all, you will have to manage a system of water pipes and electricity to keep all your facilities running efficiently, as well as balancing your expenses so you can stay afloat and continue to expand. There will also be special characters, much like the noble system in Dwarf Fortress, like the Warden, the Chief, and the Foreman. You will not be required to recruit these administrators, as Introversion puts it, but the benefits you gain are new tech tree paths that allow you to build different upgrades for your prison, like more powerful watchtowers and the like. There will also be prisoner administrators like the prison movie old wise man archetype that's friendly with all the inmates and loved by the guards as well. As far as missions go, there will be a story system in place, the first of which being the tutorial for the game. In the story mode, you will be completing objectives in your prison, along with interacting with special prisoners, revealing their backstory, and the reasons that they were locked up in the first place. It's described as perhaps a darker or more somber tone than the art style would suggest. The game is slated for a paid alpha at some point in 2012, though the information on an exact date is not yet known. There are links in the description to the developer's website, along with their forums, so you can stay up on the latest news about the game and when you could get a chance to play it. I can't wait myself. I hope you enjoyed this Indie Spotlight. Be sure to check back next week to see another exciting indie game in development. This is Alpaca Patrol, signing out. Peace, fools.